County Council. I would now like to call to order this County Council meeting of July 24th, 2025. At this point in time, as you're able, please join us in the standing and singing of O Canada.
Our home and nation, O Canada, our home and native land. True patriot love in all of us command. With glowing hearts we see thee rise, the true north strong and free. From far and wide, O Canada, we stand on guard for thee. God keep our land glorious and free. O Canada, we stand on guard for thee. O Canada, we stand on guard for thee.
Thank you. Madam Clerk, could you please conduct our roll call? Councillor Mackey.
Present.
Councillor McKay. Councillor Carlton. Councillor Pringle. Councillor McQueen is absent at this time. Councillor Nielsen. Councillor Patterson. Councillor Dickert. Councillor Kentner. Councillor Keaveney. Councillor Boddy. Councillor Gregg. Councillor Milne.
Here.
Councillor Dobreen. Warden Matrosovs.
Here.
Councillor Bornignon.
Present.
Councillor Eccles, I believe, is joining us shortly. And Councillor Hutchinson.
Right.
Thank you. We have all members in attendance with the exception of Councillors Eccles and McQueen. Thank you, Madam Clerk. Let us begin by respectfully acknowledging that we are gathering on the traditional territory of the Anishinaabeg Nation, the people of the Three Fires, known as the Ojibwe, the Odawa, and the Potawatomi Nations. And further, we give thanks to the Chippewas of Saugeen and the Chippewas of Nawash, known collectively as Saugeen Ojibwe Nation, the traditional keepers of these lands and waters since time immemorial. In our south of our county lies the traditional territories of the Six Nations of the Grand River, Haudenosaunee. We are dedicated to honoring Indigenous history and culture and committed to moving forward in the spirit of truth, reconciliation, and friendship with all First Nations, Métis, and Inuit people. At this point in time, I'd like to put a call out if there are any declarations of interest for this council agenda. And I am seeing no hands up, so we'll proceed. Item 6 is the adoption of the minutes. It's recommended that the minutes of the County Council meeting and Committee of the Whole meeting dated July 10th, 2025, and the resolutions contained therein be adopted as presented. May I ask for a mover? Moved by the Deputy Warden and seconded by Councillor Hutchinson. Any discussion? All those in favor? And that motion is carried. Next, it's recommended that the closed session Committee of the Whole meeting minutes dated July 10th, 2025 be adopted as provided. May I ask for a mover? Moved by Councillor Nielsen, seconded by Councillor Keaveney. Any discussion? All those in favor? And that motion is carried. Item 6C, with regards to our long-term care committee, it's recommended that the long-term care committee of the Committee of Management meeting minutes dated July 3rd, 2025 be adopted as presented, and that the following resolutions contained therein be endorsed. Number 1, that report LTCRCM 1025 regarding a long-term care director update be received for information. Number 2, that report LTCRCM 1125 regarding a long-term care operational report dated April 15th to June 14th, 2025 be received for information, and that the report titled LTCRCM 1225 Long-Term Care Financial Update as of April 30th be received for information. May I ask for a mover and a seconder? It's moved by Councillor Patterson, seconded by Councillor Mackey. And with that, I'd like to invite Director Cornell to come to the lectern to speak to it.
Thank you, Warden Matrosovs, and through you, good morning, County Council. I'll just provide a summary of the meeting, and I'm just going to highlight items that we haven't discussed before. So we started the meeting in a really great way, and we had a tour of the new Rockwood redevelopment, and it was really exciting. The crew was actively craning structural pieces onto the building, and things are moving right along. So it's really exciting. In terms of an update from the meeting, some highlights of the director's update. There were some ministry updates, further information about items that we've already talked about in terms of legislation and it moving through the process. We held our quarterly family virtual call. So we host these quarterly, an opportunity to give an update to residents, families, caregivers, and there's an opportunity for a question and answer. So we hosted that. We had invited guests to that virtual meeting, Silver Fox Pharmacy, which is the new pharmacy. And there was some really good engagement with family members on the call with some questions about that change. I just want to highlight that we welcome back a number of students that provide support and work during the summer as team members. Many of them are actively in school taking their RN or RPN designations. We also partnered with Ontario Centres for Learning, Research and Innovation, so CLRI, and Grey County to renew the Personal Support Worker Education Fund that offered a series of 6 education sessions to PSWs across the Grey and Bruce regions. So we helped coordinate it, and it wasn't just limited to attendees from the Grey County or Bruce County homes, but it was to PSWs in all of the 17 long-term care homes in Grey Bruce. Also wanted to highlight that Karen Kraus is the current executive director at Rockwood Terrace, has accepted a new role as project lead for operational readiness for the Rockwood Terrace redevelopment, where she will help the county and residents in the transition to the new location. And operational readiness, it doesn't even sound easy when you say it fast. There's a lot of work to be done to be ready to move into a new long-term care home, to meet all of the standards, to pass ministry inspections, et cetera. And so she will be taking on the lead for that work. And the report says that we were actively recruiting to backfill her position, but we were able to announce yesterday that Terry Fisher, who is the current resident family services manager at Rockwood Terrace, will be stepping into the role of executive director in September, and she'll be working in partnership with Karen to get ready for the move, and then we'll be leading the home as the executive director going forward. So that was an exciting announcement to be able to share. From the operational report, a couple of highlights. We had some really good discussion. Dana Leach, our clinical specialist, talked about end-of-life and palliative care practices. This is important because it's important to people's lives, and it's important because there's a legislative encouragement and requirement to be implementing palliative care models within our long-term care homes. And so there was an update on the work happening in that area. Karen gave an update across the 3 homes regarding ministry inspections, and all 3 homes had visits from inspectors during the reporting period. And in addition to that, Rockwood Terrace had a proactive compliance inspection, and it used to be called an RQI, a required quality inspection, but the name has been updated to proactive compliance inspection, where 2 inspectors were on site for 12 days, just to give you a sense of how in-depth those inspections are. Shannon gave an update around 2 emergency situations that happened during the reporting period. So both Grey Gables and Rockwood Terrace experienced an emergency. Grey Gables had an electrical fire, which resulted in the use of a fire extinguisher. All residents and staff were removed safely. Everything was contained. And Rockwood Terrace had the smell of an electrical smell, but the incident did not trip the fire alarm, and staff followed the evacuation process, and everyone was safe, and everything was managed and taken care of. And I want to just highlight that the training and practicing that we do every month as required under a number of sets of legislation came in handy and proved to be really effective. And the teams at both homes responded quickly, appropriately, and did all the right things. So I just wanted to do a well done to the team under very stressful situation. And finally, Tolleen Parkin, the executive director at Lee Manor, shared a Color It story, which we always highlight in our meetings. And this story that she shared was the above and beyond efforts that team members made to support a resident who had moved in where they had lost their English skills and were speaking in their native language. And team members stepped up. They used technology to learn words and phrases, and they even found a team member who was familiar with the language to be able to support that resident in a really difficult transition. Marcus Hawko, the long-term care financial manager, provided a financial update as of April 30th. It's important to note that April is still quite early to be able to give a really solid projection of where things are going. It's before the summer season where people are on vacation, where we may have some staffing challenges, that kind of thing in terms of staffing. But just to highlight, at that time, Grey Gables was presenting to be over budget by $122,000. That's related to directly to snow removal. Last winter was quite a harsh winter. Lee Manor is currently under budget of $86,000, and Rockwood Terrace is under budget around $185,000. But again, it's a little early to make those projections, just enough to be able to say we're on track. It's looking good, and we're on top of it. We had closed meeting matters, and then the meeting was adjourned. So thank you, and if there's any questions, happy to take those.
Thank you very much. So with that, I'll put it out to council members if they have any questions. And a number of us were able to be on that tour, so thank you very much for that opportunity. It was wonderful to be able to actually see it coming to fruition after looking at it in many reports and many maps and diagrams. So with that, I don't see any further questions then, so thank you very much, Director Cannell. I'll call the question. All those in favor? And that motion is carried. Thank you. We do have one more long-term care committee item. It is recommended that the closed session of the long-term care committee management meeting minutes dated July 3rd, 2025 be adopted as provided. May I ask for a mover? Moved by Councillor Mackey, seconded by Councillor Dobreen. Any discussion? All those in favor? And that motion is carried. We do not have any closed matters to attend to this morning, nor reports, so we'll move on to the bylaws. It's recommended that bylaw 524325 and 524425 and 524525 be introduced and be taken as read a first, second, and third time, finally passed, signed by the warden and the clerk, sealed with the seal of the corporation, and engrossed to the bylaw book. Number 1, 524325, a bylaw to authorize the disposition of certain lands in the city of Owen Sound as described in Schedule A. Number 2, 524425, a bylaw to amend Schedules D, G, H, O, and U of bylaw 478813, being a bylaw to regulate traffic and parking on highways within Grey County, the Grey County road system. And number 3, 524525, a bylaw to confirm all the actions and proceedings of the council. May I ask for a mover? Moved by Councillor Dickert, seconded by Councillor Hutchinson. Any discussion? All those in favor? And that motion is carried. All right. Well, we've already heard some excellent news from Director Cornell, and we don't have any other special staff announcements this morning because I think we've had so many good news stories in the last few council meetings. We're going to take a pause and open it out to our council members to share news and celebrations from our municipalities. Who would like to go first? We'll start with Councillor Body.
Well, this one. Run. Okay, I don't know what that other button is. Exciting to share some pretty good news. On Sound North Stars girls field lacrosse team under 15 U15 team won the gold medal in the B division of the provincial championship. And 100 years ago, I coached a bunch of kids, and we got to I think the top 4, and it's really difficult to win the provincial. So that's pretty impressive. Also, the U19 girls field lacrosse team won the bronze in the B division. So congratulations to both those teams. It's really impressive. Coming up is the On Sound Emancipation Picnic or Festival, 163rd year. So it's the longest and continuously running emancipation event in North America, and probably one of the longest running events. So that's Saturday of the long weekend. So it can be August 2nd at Harrison Park. It's a really neat event. It's great music, and all the families come back from all over, and it's pretty interesting to be there. Thanks.
Thank you. And we'll go to Councillor Keaveney.
Thank you, Warden Matrosovs, and good morning, everyone. Just want to share a couple of events that are happening in Meaford. This Saturday, the 26th, is the Pet Expo, and this is a huge pet-friendly event with over 100 vendors at our community center, and there will be lots of food and games and a full family event there. And the following weekend, from August the 1st to the 3rd, is our 4th annual Summerfest. And that is the Poutine Fest, where a number of our restaurants are participating. Everybody makes a different type of poutine, so you'll want to try those out. Friday is Movie Under the Stars. It's going to be the Goonies, so family friendly and lots of fun. And there will be vendors in the Market Square. Over 70 vendors will be in the Market Square with live music all day, Saturday and Sunday. So as I always say, Meaford is the place to be. Thank you.
Thank you. And around the council table, looking for any others? Okay, not seeing any further hands up. So we'll move on to adjournment and Madam Clerk. Okay, so with that, then we'll just do a motion to adjourn. May I ask for a mover? Moved by Councillor McQueen, seconded by Councillor McKay. Any discussion? All those in favor? And that motion is carried. Okay, we'll just give a few moments to switch over to the committee of the whole.